Welcome back to new session. This is continuation of integration management knowledge area. In this session, we will study manage knowledge process. This is new process added in PMBOK6 edition. As we know, knowledge management is not new in PMP. Till 5th edition, it was done as a part of project or phase closure process. The learning objective of this session are: in overview, we will learn why knowledge management is so essential and important, types of knowledge, manage knowledge process definition, we'll talk about input tool techniques and output, what is lesson learned register, and quick review. A quick look at 7 processes from integration management knowledge area. Develop project charter process, develop project management plan, direct and manage project work, manage knowledge, monitor and control project work, perform integrated change control, and finally close project of phase. We all have managed different projects, and sometime you might have taken handover from another project manager. How was your experience? You might find a lot of incomplete information, lots of undocumented decision, lots of lesson learned gone with old PM, and you are left alone to experience things all over again and get project back on track. Whenever key resources like lead architect, business analyst changes, or when implementation vendor changes, or a technology on the project changes, or sometime project sponsor itself changes, project loses a lot of knowledge with them. This knowledge management processes helps project manager to understand various aspects of knowledge management and guide project manager with tools and techniques to ensure maximum knowledge is retained with the project in any circumstances. There are 2 types of knowledge: explicit knowledge and tacit knowledge. Explicit knowledge is a knowledge that can be quickly and easily expressed through conversation, documentation, figures, and facts, yeah, numbers. Example, procedure to start or stop the machine. Whereas tacit knowledge is a knowledge in our head, it is most difficult to document and express. It's beliefs, insight, experiences, and know-how, which comes only with experience in the respective fields. Example, simplest example is setting tiles on the washroom wall. It looks so simple. Instruction to fix these tiles are also simple. But try it out and you will understand how difficult it can be. But the experienced person will execute this task effortlessly and it will look very simple. Tacit knowledge cannot be transferred easily. It can be shared only through collaboration and conversation, as well as through interaction. The purpose of knowledge management is to reuse existing knowledge and create new knowledge throughout the project. The key activities involved are knowledge sharing and knowledge integration. There are a lot of common misconceptions about knowledge management. Lots of project manager thinks creating knowledge involves only documenting and obtaining lesson learned. However, this is not right. We'll talk more about how to create knowledge in upcoming slides. Knowledge is shared using mix of knowledge management tools and techniques and information management tools and techniques. Today, we see more and more complex projects using multiple technologies and resource iteration is very high. To deal with this, managed knowledge process will ensure all the knowledge that gets generated on the project is captured and stored along with the project. Most important part of knowledge management is creating atmosphere of trust so that people are motivated to share their knowledge. Let's look at a definition of managed knowledge process. Managed knowledge is a process of using existing knowledge and creating new knowledge to achieve the project's objective and contribute to organizational learning. The key benefits are prior organizational knowledge should be leveraged to produce or improve the project outcome. This knowledge created by project is available to support other projects and operations within the organization. Let's have a quick look at input, tool techniques, and outputs. Inputs are project management plan, project documents, deliverables, enterprise environmental factor, and OPA. Let's look at each in. Following project management document can be considered as an input to knowledge management processes. Lesson Learned Register provides information on effective practices in knowledge management. Project team provides information on the type of competencies and experiences available in the project and missing knowledge. Resource breakdown structure provides information on team composition and help understand what knowledge is available and what is missing. Stakeholder register provide detail about identified stakeholders to understand knowledge they have. Next input is deliverables. Deliverable is any unique or verifiable product result or a capability. Typically, they are outcome of processes, project phase, or complete project itself. Deliverables are output of the direct and managed project work process. It is previous process that we learn. The example of deliverables are project management plan or any element of PMP, that is subsidiary plans or baselines. Requirements documents, completed product, for example, constructed house, software or any component of a software, or signed contract. Enterprise environmental factors, they can play important role in managing knowledge. Important enterprise environmental factors that can influence knowledge management are organizational, stakeholder and customer culture, like trusted working relationship, no blame culture, value placed on learning and sharing. Remember, during introduction, we discussed one of the most important part of knowledge management is creating the atmosphere of trust so that people are motivated to share their knowledge. Geographic distribution of facilities and resources, like team member location may determine knowledge sharing methods. Some organizations have a knowledge expert. They can be a team or individual specialized in a knowledge management. The level of knowledge management or knowledge sharing may be decided by legal and regulatory requirement. For example, confidentiality of a project information in sensitive government project may be very high, which will decide knowledge management approach on the project. Organizational process assets that can influence knowledge management are organizational standard policies, processes, and procedures, like confidentiality and information access policies, security policies, data protection, record retention, copyrights, etc. Personal administration policies, procedures like employee development and training, competency framework that promote knowledge sharing behavior. Organizational communication requirement also can impact knowledge management. For example, formal rigid communication requirements are good for information sharing, whereas informal communication is more effective in creating and integrating knowledge. Formal knowledge and informal knowledge sharing procedures like lesson learned review before and during or even after the project. For example, identifying, capturing, and sharing lesson learned as an integral part of a project. Tool and techniques used to manage knowledge are expert judgment, knowledge management, information management, interpersonal and team skills. Let's look at each in detail. Expert judgment. Expertise should be considered from individual or group with a specialized knowledge or training. Expertise may be provided in following topic, for example, knowledge management, information management, organizational learning. It's a broader term which encompasses all sort of learning at organization level. Organization may have knowledge experts responsible for this. Knowledge and information management tools, relevant information from other projects. Knowledge management. Now this is very important tool and technique. It helps connect people so that they can work together to create, share or integrate knowledge. There are 11 techniques. These techniques will be applied based on nature of the project. Repeat or new kind of project, level of innovation involved in the project, and even a complexity of a project. Now, certain project might use all the technique, or some project might alter and use a very specific technique as per their requirement. Training. Training is used to share knowledge. It can be a technical training, handover training, user training, etc. Meeting help participants to interact and share knowledge. It also includes virtual meetings. Workshops are designed to identify lessons learned. Discussion forum like focus groups, special meetings involving SME to discuss specific topics. Seminar and conferences, they also can be a great way to share knowledge. Networking may refer to informal social interaction with colleagues, online social platform, online forum, networking channels, etc. Storytelling. Storytelling is a mechanism to explain tacit knowledge. You know that tacit knowledge is very hard to document. However, with the help of storytelling mechanism, you might be able to explain those to other participants or stakeholders around the project. Knowledge fair and cafes. For example, technology exhibitions will take companies stand and share knowledge on new product or innovations in industries. Creativity and idea management. Special interest groups. Work shadowing or reverse shadowing. In work shadowing, resources follow an expert, hence it is called as shadowing. In reverse shadowing, expert observe how you are doing the work. He follows you and coaches you based upon his finding. So these are the key knowledge management techniques. You must know all of them for exam. Information management. Information management tools and techniques creates and connect people to information. They are useful for sharing simple, unambiguous and confidential explicit knowledge. For example, methods for codifying explicit knowledge, that is how to produce lesson learned entries for the lesson learned register. Lesson learned register itself, library services, information gathering through web searches, reading published articles, blogs, etc. Document management systems in project management information system. Of course, what kind of document management system is implemented in your organization might make it easy to share the information. Interpersonal and team skills. This will be used heavily to manage knowledge. There are various techniques. Start with facilitation. With the facilitation, you can effectively guide a group to a decision, solutions, or conclusion. Leadership inspires people to focus on appropriate knowledge and its objective. Networking helps establish and create the condition to share knowledge. This is very critical as people tend to keep knowledge to themselves, and when they leave, project suffers a lot. Political awareness helps project manager to plan communications. Active listening reduces misunderstanding and improves communication and knowledge sharing. Remember, interpersonal and team skills are very important because people generally don't like to share knowledge. The outputs of managed knowledge process are lesson learned register, project management plan update, organizational process update. Let's understand them in detail. Lesson learned register. Now this is the key output. We all know, we all creates lesson learned register on the project. It includes the description of situation and resolution, which will be helpful in future. You can document challenges, problems, realize risk and opportunities as a part of lesson learned register. Generally, it is textual information documented in Word file are added to project management information system. But with advancement in knowledge sharing and knowledge management platform, it can be captured as a videos, which is maybe a video blogs, pictures, audio clips, etc. Lesson learned document generally contains description of a lesson, category like lesson learned belongs to technical category, business lesson learned, vendor related, how it is going to impact, whether it is going to impact project, organization, recommendations, proposed actions, and etc. Project management plan update. Project management plan or any component may get updated as a result of managed knowledge process. For example, some knowledge management tools might be performing well, then you may update knowledge management plan to emphasize on these activities or these tools. Remember that any changes to project management plan should always go through change control process. Organizational process asset update. Any OPA can be updated as a result of this process. All project creates a new knowledge. It can be codified in the form of lesson learned document, embedded in deliverables, or in improved processes. Existing knowledge also can be documented. Great job! You have learned new process managed knowledge, which is introduced in PMBOK6 edition. You will get good number of questions on this, so ensure that you get a good understanding, good hold of this process. Let's do a quick review about the topics covered in this session. We learned about type of knowledge, that is explicit and tacit knowledge. We gone through the process definition. We talked about various input tool techniques and output. We also try to understand different knowledge management techniques like networking, meeting, workshops, storytelling. We talked about lesson learned register and what it contains, and also learned about information management tools and techniques that helps us to create information and connect people to that information. Good job. Keep smiling, keep learning, and you are moving towards the success. See you soon in next session, that is monitoring and controlling project work.